The Stolen Generation is a group of people from Australia who have been taken away from their families. The children who were taken away from their families was Aboriginals. The reason why the children was taken away from their families was because of a program made by the government. The program was made to integrate and remove the black people from the country. Almost every Aboriginal family was affected by the program. The children of the Stolen Generation was either sent into an institution or a new family where they were forbidden to speak their traditional language, and they should forget all about their past. With the new families, they were raised with the rules and norms of the white people, and after they grew up, they should marry a white person. Then after some generation, the white genes should have taken over, diluting the Aboriginal genes into white. It all took place from 1890s to 1970s.
Hi Fred Andrews, how are you?
Hi, happy to be here.
You're white, but you have Aboriginal's heritage,
That's
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the first question I want to ask you is, what is your story?
Well, I might be white, but my mother was a dark Aboriginal. She was forcibly removed from her parents and put in a home. First, she got out of her home that she was put in and got out and married a dark Aboriginal guy. She had 2 kids and 2 miscarriages. Therefore, I have 2 brothers, although they're both black. They were removed from her. But then she married a white Australian guy and got her kids back.
Wow, what a story. Do you have another connection to Aboriginals?
Well, it was in my teen years that I first started to hang out with Aboriginal people. At first, I waved at the lonely and isolated people down the street. They thought I was being impertinent and rude, but as I grew older, I finally understood the term the Stolen Generations.
What exactly do you mean by that? Would you be kind to elaborate?
Of course. Well, at first I had the assumption that they were all dumb and combative drunks. But when I got older, I finally understood. The Australian government implemented the policy law because they were led to believe that the Aborigines were at a disadvantage. They thought that it would improve their lives and that they would receive a better education and a more loving and caring family, although that is not the case.
Wilfred, as you said, the government implemented the policy laws because they thought it might improve their lives. Well, the reality was that they implemented the policy laws to dilute the Aboriginals into whites, but you disagree with the life improvement. Why is that?
Well, the government implemented the policy law because they thought it would improve their lives. The reality was actually the complete opposite. It ended up making the situations for the Aborigines worse. They lost track of their birth parents, their culture. They got excluded and isolated from society. I even knew some children who got sent to bad and abusive foster parents. The children sent to institution received a lower standard or no education at all. I consider myself fortunate because I can hide in society because of my white skin. Even today, I constantly hear abusive words towards Aborigines.
The 13th of February 2008, the Australian Prime Minister Kevin Rudd apologised in a national speech. He apologised for what had happened and said that everyone should live in peace and harmony from now on. He said that Australia should have a future together without discrimination. He had constantly used the word we because he wanted Australia to be united. Even though the program does not exist anymore and the government said sorry, many Aboriginals still live with pain and problems from the past. As we said, almost every Aboriginal person was affected by the program, which means that many live in uncertainty about their true family and true background.